Your car is at the repair shop, you just got hit with a giant estimate to fix whatever's wrong with it, and you're trying to decide, is it worth fixing this car or should I just replace it? Let's talk about it. My name is Arun Coumar and I am the CEO of Driven Auto Care, and this is a question that we get asked all the time. Because we are frequently the bearers of bad news with customers, presenting them with large estimates to fix things that are going wrong with their car, we have to deal with this situation quite often where people are trying to decide whether they should replace their current car or whether they should fix it and keep driving it. And let me be really upfront with how this video is going to work. I admit that as a repair shop, I am highly incentivized for you to keep your car. And a lot of coaching and training out there for repair shop sales tactics will teach you that the math on fixing your car versus replacing your car is 100% in favor of fixing your car. There are super limited situations in which fixing your car is actually going to be more expensive than replacing it. However, there are significantly more things to think about, and that is what I want to talk with you about today. The first question is, if you do replace your car, what are you trying to accomplish with that replacement? Have you actually thought about what car you want to get next? And if so, what are you really looking for in that car that is different from what you have right now? A lot of people, especially here in California, will talk about going EV. They want to get out of their current car that may be 15 years old or so, when that car was produced, EV was not really around. But nowadays, they have the opportunity to get into an electric vehicle. Maybe this car is only used for the daily school run and it goes 5 to 10 miles a day and otherwise just sits in front of their house. In those cases, an electric vehicle may actually be exactly what you need. My wife drives a Tesla Model 3, and for her, the trips to the gym and occasionally to the office, but otherwise working from home and not using the car all that much, she has still managed to accumulate 35,000 miles over 3.5 years of driving that car and isn't really limited by a lot of range issues or other sorts of technological constraints that EVs present over gas-powered cars. Now, by contrast, there are a lot of people who are looking for an upgrade. Maybe they've just been using this car because it's what they had at a time when they weren't earning as much money in their life, but now they are earning more money. And so they're trying to decide, is this the time where I get rid of my sentimental attachment to the car I've had for 10 years as I came up in the world, and I move into a more luxurious, higher quality car in the next one? That's another thing you might be trying to accomplish. Maybe your family at one point was bigger. You had kids in the house, they were young, they needed strollers, whatever it is, and now they don't anymore, or they've gone on to college or whatever it is. Now you can downsize your car. You're getting rid of the minivan that has some big repair bill attached to it and instead going for a smaller car. Or maybe your use case hasn't changed at all and you have a car that is perfectly suited to your needs currently, and you're still just trying to decide, do I go get a duplicate carbon copy of this car I have right now, but that doesn't need all these repairs, or do I keep the same car that I have today and just fix it? There's all these different use cases. I'm sure I have not really gone over what all of them are, but that is some of the things that I think about when I'm trying to advise customers on how to approach this question of should I fix it or should I replace it. In my view, as a repair shop, it is always better for you to fix your current car because that's going to keep you as a customer to me. That's going to keep you focused on preserving this car, maintaining it, repairing it, and doing everything that I can do for you in order to keep that car in your ownership and on the road. But if you go and replace your car, I may not see you for a few years. I may not see you because you're changing to a brand I don't specialize in, which isn't true at Driven Auto Care. We do all makes and models. But it may be true that you buy a service contract and end up going to the dealership and they maybe gave it to you for free as part of the car deal that you had. There's all kind of reasons why I may not see you anymore. That being said, if you are worried about not taking your car to the dealership because you want to maintain your factory warranty, that is not the case. Independent repair shops can provide the documentation that you need in order to maintain your factory warranty. So don't worry about that. please continue using independent repair shops even if you buy a brand new car from the dealership. Now, mathematically, if I'm strictly looking at dollars and cents when it comes to making a calculation of whether it's worth it to fix or replace your car, in 99% of cases, given the skewed math that usually presents itself in these sort of training situations for sales trainers for auto repair shops, it's going to be cheaper to fix your car. Pretty much every time. Now let me explain why. The best example that I have for this, and I had a calculator at the time that we were going through this sales training, where I had a customer with a 2012 Ford Explorer that needed the infamous water pump replacement job. This is a job on the 3.5 liter Ford engines where the water pump will leak. It will leak coolant, and the replacement or the repair for this job runs somewhere between $3,000 and $6,000 depending on where in the country you're located and to what extent the repair is performed. Are they replacing all of the parts or just the broken ones? At Driven Auto Care, we were on the higher end because we want to do a full preventative maintenance repair, and we are in a very expensive part of the country where it's more expensive to do business. We pay our employees the same way, and so by virtue of living here, you're going to be paying more for services like ours in the San Francisco Bay Area. Now, that was a 2012 Ford Explorer with 97,000 miles on it. That car in 2025, when we did the repair, was probably worth around $12,000 to $15,000. A replacement Ford Explorer, if they were to go out, let's say they still bought a used one and they bought a 2020. In 2025, they bought a 5-year-old Ford Explorer with 50,000 miles on it. That car would have cost something like $30,000 to $40,000, depending on trim level, I guess you could say. And because of that, the math is really clear. Do you spend $6,000 on a repair, or do you trade in your car and spend a minimum of $15,000 on the new car? It's more than double. It's 2.5 times the price of the repair bill. Even though it's a big repair bill, it's 2.5 times the value to go and replace that car. That's just the purchase price though. Now you have to think about the fact that that 50,000 mile used Explorer may also have repairs that it needs. Your registration costs are going to go up because the purchase price of your vehicle is higher. Your insurance premiums are going to go up because the value of your vehicle is higher. And you still need to pay for oil changes and all the rest of it that are actually going to be included or that you kind of know about already as part of the current ownership of your current car. So is all of that really worth making that change from a mathematical perspective? It doesn't look like it on paper. However, there is a really, really big consideration here that no automotive repair sales training is going to want you to hear. And this is it. Going from a 2012 Ford Explorer to a 2020 Ford Explorer is a significant vehicle upgrade. So as we talked about earlier in this video, there is a massive difference in the ownership experience and the usage experience of those two cars. One of them has CarPlay. One of them has a standard backup camera. One of them has automatic windshield wipers. One of them has a significantly larger screen in the infotainment system. One of them is safer. One of them has a better airbag technology. One of them gets better fuel economy. One of them probably looks better in your opinion. That picture is something that the math won't tell you. The $6,000 versus the 15 minimum grand in escalated value comparison is not worth it at all from a strictly mathematical perspective. But if you consider all of the upgrades that you're getting with this newer car, you may think it's worth it. Take an extreme example. We have a customer actually with a 1995 Ford Explorer with over 500,000 miles on it. And over the last 4 years of us running Driven Auto Care, he has spent easily over $10,000 keeping that thing on the road. However, for him, it is not just about all of those upgrades that he could get. He has a car with a manual transmission. You can't get an Explorer with a manual transmission anymore. He has something that is massively sentimental to him. If he were to buy a new car, he can't do that anymore. He drives very safely. He doesn't really need to worry, or he chooses not to worry, about the improvements in safety that have occurred in that truck over that 30-year lifespan. So to him, it makes much more sense to keep his current Explorer and continue to put the money into it as opposed to getting a new one. It simply cannot be replaced. But there's other people who just so happen to be driving a 2001 Honda Accord or whatever it is. And they've just been running with it for years, for decades. They've just had this car. Maybe it was a hand-me-down. It's been in the family for their whole life. And now you're just rocking this car and it's been perfectly fine to you the whole time you've owned it. But you get faced finally with that big repair bill. The transmission went out, the head gasket went out, it needs the entire suspension replaced and just bouncing all over the road. There's all sorts of reasons why you may all of a sudden be facing this super large repair bill. Now, the question you have to ask yourself is, do you care about upgrading to a newer car? Maybe this one is perfectly good for your needs, this 2001 Honda Accord. So all you'd be getting is a 2025, 2026 Honda Accord. Okay, well, again, the difference in price is going to be $20,000+. And if you consider the repair, let's say it's a $5,000 repair and you think that that exceeds the value of the car, which it might, you're still looking at a huge difference in price. Mathematically, it makes way more sense to keep this 2001 Accord on the road. But the technological improvements and the safety improvements are so massive, and you don't have any sentimental attachment to this Accord. It doesn't serve a specific purpose to you, and you can replace that use case in your life with a newer car. Go get the newer car. It's going to be worth that large amount of money that you have to spend on top of the repair bill. It's going to be worth it, and if you are going to own it in the same way that you did the last one, I'm not going to care that much because I'll continue to see you for maintenance and you'll be a happier customer knowing that you have a great ownership experience with a newer and safer and more technologically upgraded car. I think that that is a great time for you to upgrade. And frankly, I'll buy your old car from you. I can fix it. I'll pay less than you paid because I'm charging my upcharge on labor and parts when it comes to a customer-facing repair bill versus one we charge internally. So my repair is going to cost less than yours. That's just the fact of the matter. And at the end of the day, I may use that car as a loaner or I may sell it. And in doing so, you get to borrow your old car back when you come to Driven Auto Care. And it's free because that's how I get my loaner cars. Is we have these super cheap to repair or just super cheap in general cars that we buy from customers that they decide they don't want to fix for whatever reason. We fix them up and then we lend them back to you for free because we can buy them cheap. So we're happy to give them away and you can use them however you want while we have your car at Driven Auto Care. So hopefully that was a helpful explanation of what you need to think through as you're deciding whether you should fix or replace your current car. And if you have any questions or comments about the video, leave them below, leave a comment. If you're not subscribed, make sure to get subscribed. And if you liked the video, leave a like. It helps us show up higher in the YouTube algorithm. And that's it for this video. Hope you can drive with confidence and stay driven.